Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Gapesty here, back with some Hearthstone Arena action, and today we're going to be playing a warrior. Before we get into the draft, warriors' main strengths and weaknesses in general for arenas. The strengths are really the ability to efficiently deal with multiple minions through weapons. Warriors have generally a lot of weapons available to them, and if drafted, they can get massive card advantage through that. The issues for warriors generally tend to be that their hero power does not directly affect the board. Priests and, well, I shouldn't say priests as a whole. Priests can affect the board. Hunters and warriors, though, and in many cases priests, fall in the same categories where their hero powers don't really help you a lot with the board control. So anyway, warriors for sure cannot affect the board with their hero power. They also have difficulty with very large single target minions. They don't have hard removal except for execute. And they don't have board clear except for brawl, which is extremely rare. So you really have to rely on weapons and getting quick board control through those. So rare pick here, board protector is not very good. Really don't need the taunts most times. Mind control tech is great, but Argent Commander's one of the best rares, so we'll go with that. It's usually a 2-for-1. Owl if you need cheap silence. Healer's pretty good for a 5. It's good healing, but I'm going to go Silverhand. It's a better 5 than the healer in most cases. Inner Rage is quite interesting and sometimes very useful to combo, but I don't think this early in the draft I can pick it. I'm going to go with one of the 4s. And I think Guardian is better than Brewmaster because 4 health is very weak. Divine Shield means this takes at least 4 damage to kill. Usually more than that. Alright, 2 really good rare picks here. Mana Addict is terrible. Sunwalker is a great late game, but I'm going to go Frothing. This is a really strong warrior card that can win games if you can protect it. Mage is terrible. Berserker is okay. But I think I'll go Cleave for some pseudo removal. Murloc Raider is terrible. Silverhand's good, but I think I'll get the first Cult Master here for some card draw. Oracle's no good. I'm not a fan of Charge, so I'm going to go Shield Block. I don't think Charge, basically using a card at the cost of 3 mana to give 2 attack and charge is worth it in most cases. Shield Block is card neutral, so it's not as good in arenas as it is in constructed, because usually you use this with shield slams, which are epic, so you don't see them very often in arena. But I think it's the best pick of these. All 3 of these are quite good. I think Dark Iron is the best, though. I might want to go Brewmaster for the 2. But I think I'll stick with the better card for now. Hopefully I can draft some better things. Archer's no good, so between Battle Rage and Nightblade, I think I'll go Battle Rage. Usually I can draw at least 2 cards off this. Oracle's not very good, because you have a weak minion and you draw the same number of cards as your opponent. So between Armorsmith and Imp Master, I'm going to go Imp Master. Armorsmith is a very passive card. Again, it's not very useful in arenas where decks tend to be more random and more aggressive. Okay, all 3 of these are solid. Bluegill for 2 damage for 2 mana. Bomber is a good 2-drop, or Farseer is a good 3. I think Bomber, because I don't have any 2-drops yet. Worgen is pretty good 3, and made better by Inner Rage mechanics, which I don't have any yet, but it's possible. Slam is also pretty good, but I think Ogre's the winner here, just for the late game. Really good minion. Not a fan of the Grunt, even though it's a 2. It's a really weak one. I think I'm going to go Core Hound. It usually trades down, so like a 5-drop or something can kill it. But it will still get 1-for-1 in most cases. Okay, 3 really good cards here. I really love Harvest Golem on 3, but I think Fiery War Axe is the winner. It's the first weapon I've seen, and it's the strongest common weapon in the game. Very powerful. Okay, Secret Keeper's terrible. Upgrade's also pretty weak. Frothing Berserker's great. We'll go with that. Mogushan Warden's not very good. So between Darkscale Healer and Loot Hoarder, I think Loot Hoarder for the 2. Yep. Core round we've seen. Fen Creeper's okay on 5, but Weaponsmith's one of the top cards for warrior drafts. You get a ton of potential damage out of a 4 mana cost card. You can't, you have to take some damage, of course, attacking with your hero, but 7 damage for 4 mana is pretty good. Raid Leader's not very good, so between Magi and Boulder Fist, I'll go Ogre again. Good late game. These two are awful. Weaponsmith again is great. Ooh, epic choices. Hungry Crab's terrible. Not enough Murlocs to really justify it. So it's Gorehowl versus Shield Slam. I think Gorehowl is going to be the winner. It's so good if it doesn't get oozed. Shield Slam is really good too, especially with shield block, but I think Gorehowl is just too strong to pass up. Okay, Dread Corsair is weak without a lot of weapons. I do have a fair number, but he's still not great. Acolyte's best with Inner Rage stuff, which I don't have any of, so I think I'm going to go Silver Hand as another 5. Okay, Rampage is not so good. It has to be played on a damage minion, which means your minion had to survive a round, kill something, or take damage. Then with the Rampage buff, it should kill 2 more things, and that's tough to do. Venture Co. is probably the best here, but I think I have to go Berserker for the 2. I have 1, 2... With the Axe, 3 plays on 2, so that's not very many. So I think I'll go Berserker. Wow, these are all quite weak, so I'm going to go Whirlwind over these 2 really shitty cards. There may be the opportunity to Whirlwind my stuff. I do have 2 Frothing Berserkers, which synergize with it pretty well. And that's about it. I guess a Berserker, somewhat. Monty. Another rare pick. Coldlight Seer's weak. Upgrade again, I'm not a fan of, so I'll go Defender of Argus. Charge, not so good. Guardian versus Cruel Taskmaster. I think Cruel Taskmaster is going to be more useful in this deck. Again, I have synergies for doing miscellaneous damage with the 3 Berserkers, I guess. Along with the Battle Rage to damage my own minion. Yeah, I think that's best. And I need more 2s. Another rare pick. I think Commander over these 2. Good late game. Yep. Getting down to the wire. I think Spiteful over these. Really good with weapons, of course. And otherwise, it's a fine 5-drop. We don't need the 6. Rager's terrible. Worgen's pretty good. Ghoul can be good. So let me see what my curve is like. On 2, I have 1, 2, 3, well, and a half, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. On 3, I have 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to go Ghoul. Between the Axe, the Cleave, and the Cruel Taskmaster Battlecry, my hope is that I should be able to trade something or kill something when I play the Ghoul on 3. Okay. Champion, I think, takes this pick for the late game. That's a pretty heavy late game, though, as a warrior. But I can't really justify the Battle Rage, and the Hunter's not very good on 3. So I'll go Champion. Oh my god. So many upgrades in Argent Commanders. Well, looks like Argent Commander number 3. It's hard to go wrong with those, to be honest. Well, this deck looks incredibly strong, I have to be honest. But sometimes I think that and then I get 4 wins or something. But if, well, there's a few things I should say before I predict. The one thing this deck is missing, and again, it relates to what I talked about Warriors have trouble with, is that it has no executes. So getting rid of big minions will effectively require using my minions or just taking severe damage to the face with weapons. Now that said, everything else about it is really strong. There are very few cards that are bad, quite a few cards that are really good, and I have a good balance of early game. I have a good curve, a decent number of weapons, so I think this deck should be able to go, I don't know about 12, but it might be 12. Let's say 11. I think 11. Which I might as well say 12, but it is one of the stronger warrior decks I've drafted. I guess that's the best way to put it. So when I get 4 wins, I'll be very sad. But 3 Argent Commanders, a Gore Howl, 2 Ogres. I mean, that end game is insane for a warrior. Alrighty, game 1 against Jeremiah the Bullfrog Paladin. Alright, so I do need to mulligan heavily to try to get 2s or a weapon. Arathi Weaponsmith would be fine. Okay, there's one. 2s would be better, but at least with the coin I can play this on 3 if I need to.
Well met. Reporting for duty.
Okay, I think that's worth Cruel Taskmastering to get a minion out against an empty board.
Back to work.
Saves my coin. And then, of course, excuse me, I can Weaponsmith or Dark Iron, depending on what I need. Okay. I think Dark Iron is generally going to be better here, because this has to die either way. Other option is to coin the Ghoul and Whirlwind, but that's not good. Oops. So basically, would I rather have a 3/3 on the board and a weapon, or a 4/4? Usually the answer is a 4/4. This is only a worse play if he True Silvers right here. Okay. So, Whirlwind seems okay here, but not great. I think I'll Weaponsmith instead. Against a Paladin, the chances are I'm going to be able to Whirlwind some of these 1/1 tokens down at some point. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yikes. Stealth is a tough beast. Alright, I'll play this since it doesn't die to the 5/5. Save my weapon swing.
Let me think.
Okay. There goes my 2 attack weapon. So sad. Oh well. Interesting play. Phew, Goro. Okay. So I have to plan for Goro, which means this... I really need this to live if possible. But I don't know if I can. I think I just commander and this into the tiger, this into that. So I have a 4-2 and a 4-3 versus a 1-1. Yeah, that's fine. I have some concern about consecrate, of course, but that would leave him with 5 cards compared to my 6. So I would slightly be in lead. Uh-oh, that kind of indicates he does have it.
I wonder.
Because I don't think he would attack into this first. Alright, I did not expect that, but... Wow, this guy's playing very risky. So a couple ways to do this. But I think the best is probably Whirlwind.
What
Well, no, actually that's... Oh, yeah, it is. I'd like to draw with the Cult Master, but... So I think I lied on the Whirlwind. I'm gonna Argus and Flesh Eating. Let's see, I want to give the Ghoul Taunt, actually, to protect this.
My shield for Argon.
Okay, that's fine. If I can find the right opportunity to Gore Howl, it'll be 9 attack. Oh my god, that's stealth. Okay. So I have 4, 6, 7. No, not nearly enough. So I think the play is Cult Master, Berserker, Armor.
It's time for a little.
We'll see a Consecrate if he has it. But that will enrage the Berserker. And the taunt still blocks him for the moment.
I wonder.
There's the Consecrate, Enrage. Does he have a follow-up?
Ready, sir.
Well, and Gorhal, clear the board. It's not the worst idea, since he has 3 cards. Actually, I'll just do 2 damage to him.
Not on my watch.
Alright. Should not have done this 2 damage to him. Oh well.
Reporting for duty. I'll put it on your tab.
Wow. Weaponsmith, quite useless. Okay, well, I should probably whirlwind. So hit that, go down to 5. So this trades into that first. Okay. Let's see, if I'm at 5, I need to armor. 9 mana. Means a shield block and a ogre, I think. So I will shield block first. Ooh, never mind. I'll play this and then whirlwind. It'll get crazy buffs. Wow. Could not have been a better draw for him. That's ridiculous. Oh. So I have to assume that that is repentance, lowering my dude's health to 1. So I think I'll play the commander, actually. It could also be defender. So at least this way I can clear the board.
To Northrend.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get down. Silvermoon shall not fall.
Let's see, if that's Blessing of Kings, I take 5. You'd have to top deck a... Really, the only card is like a Leroy or a, whatever. Why risk it? I don't know. I'm trying to think of what he could get. It'd be tough with 2 cards to do 10 damage, but it's possible. Okay. So I should probably armor here. See, 4, 7. So I can do 10 now.
Victory. Remember, kill
Float. The weapon.
Reporting for duty.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Success.
Remember, kill for us.
Alrighty. Well, I think I had some good damage early, which was a little scary. But I was able to get enough card advantage with my weapon to hang on there.